Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled 40 and Up Women Still Searching for the One. Let's get right into it.
Okay, y'all, so word on the street is that the men's is, the males is and things is at Home Depot.
40 and up women still searching for the one. What we're seeing is a lot of black females, the older they get, they are still unmarried. And we're seeing so many different examples of females today in our industry. And every time their career goes up, somehow simultaneously their love life goes down with it. And a lot of people have things to say about it. People will either say it's a gender war, but really what's going on is we're just consuming different things online and people don't know how to make out of it. But how I see it is just a different switch to a new reality that black females are customizing themselves to, and they have a lot to say about it.
When you start to become more intentional about yourself, everything changes. When you start to prioritize yourself and you become the center of your world, along with God, of course, everything changes. You even start to date differently. In my opinion, I think a lot of women center men to be the center of their world. Like, it's always about getting a man, finding a man, keeping a man. When you start to prioritize yourself and making yourself the center of your world, you start to realize, is this man enough for me? You don't want to rush into a relationship anymore. You actually want to take your time and be intentional, because everything else in your life starts to become intentional.
Now that's coming from a young female, but when it comes to 40 and up black females, they go through a roller coaster when it comes to what it means to be single.
I just saw the funniest post about how women in their 40s and above are in competition with younger women. These are my thoughts. First off, when you hit a certain age, you're truly not in competition with people who generally have less money than you do. I'm just saying. Once you hit your 40s, you dress for yourself. You really don't care about what.
Okay, let me stop her. Yes, it doesn't matter that a woman has less money than you. If you are a 40-plus-year-old woman, you got a lot of money. You can't hold a candle to the attractive barista at Starbucks. You can't mess with her. Okay, so they talk, oh, you got money. We don't date. It's so funny because women think that attraction is symmetrical. Women want a man with money, so their assumption is men want women with money. No, we don't. Because you tend to not give that money to us, right? We're not pimps. You're not working the blade for us. So when you earn money, you're not bringing it back to us. If you were, then that would be a different calculus for us. If every woman you dated gave you your gave her entire salary to you, that was like the tradition, then yeah, that would be different. But it's not. Usually women that earn more money are less desirable because they're harder to deal with. They think they know it all.
People think. Third thought is, who came up with the idea of what women in their 40s should look like or dress like? That's the question for you. Where did you get the idea from? 45, I wear what I love.
There are so many more social stigmas around older women dating younger men. Usually when we talk about big age gaps and it's an older man with a younger woman, we talk about power imbalance. But when we talk about an older woman with a younger man, we talk about how weird it is that he could possibly find her attractive. And that, I think, is so unbelievably superficial, and it really adds.
It's not superficial. Men want women that are attractive, young, and in their reproductive prime. You guys could say whatever you want about this. You could fight it tooth and nail. You could fight it till our face turns blue. Nothing's going to change. You could condemn us from loving beautiful, attractive women that are still youthful all you want. You're not going to change a thing. Okay? Using shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right, shout out to Kevin Samuels, won't work. It won't work.
Narrative that as women become older, we become less important, we become obsolete, we become invisible, we become less attractive.
Leaving them still searching for the one. Even though time has clearly gone by, it doesn't change that they're waiting.
I was often embarrassed about being over the age of 40 and not married. I mean, I often felt like a failure. Like, why can't I figure this out? This thing that so many people do, why couldn't I figure it out? And I also worried about what other people would think, worrying that they would say, oh, she must be crazy, or oh, she must be really picky. I'm just terrified by it. During my 20s and most of my 30s, I was focused on my career. Relationships were not a priority.
I was focused on my career. Relationships weren't a priority. right? So you decided that you're going to use your youth to chase the bag, and now in your old age, you're trying to date. It doesn't work like that. Ladies, this is a myth. Stop doing this shit. This shit does not work. Stop it right now. If you're a younger woman, don't follow these footsteps. It is way easier, in my personal opinion, to date with intention when you're younger and then to work for the bag when you're older. It's way easier. You can secure a much more valuable man when in your youth, in your 20s and your 30s, than you can in your 40s. Listen, and here's a problem. As you get older and you age out, you become more used goods, more trauma, more men you dated, more things that went wrong, more failed attempts to tailor yourself to someone's life, and it didn't work. So now here you are as a woman with a bunch of old tricks that don't work for your new guy. Date while you're young, and then after you're in a serious committed relationship, then go after the bag. Do college after you date and find the right person. Don't do it before. Or find your right person in college.
At the end of my 30s, I'll never forget kind of having panic attacks, thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done with my life? How could I have let all this time go by and not have figured out the relationship thing? I've tried to do things to help. I've frozen my eggs and I'm online dating and doing all that. I woke up one day and I realized that I'm not married yet because I haven't met him.
And you know why you haven't met him? Because he's not looking for you. If you think you've been around on this planet this entire time and there's not been any man that's suitable for marriage, you're wild. Look at the recipe to being a failure, to being a loser in your 40s and your 50s. I focused on my career when I was younger. I froze my eggs, and now I'm on dating apps. Loser. Bad choice, and your life is going to be the sum of your choices. Women, and I know some beautiful women. I'm talking to a girl right now that is 36, about to be 37. I actually think, she might be a decent opportunity, but it's because of her particular skill set, and she's willing to cooperate, okay? And she still looks young, and she's plant-based. So I'm considering her. I'm like, you know what? This is a good choice. I'll be foolish to look past this. But she's an exception, right? Majority of women that will fit the niche that I'm looking for of cooperative, not traumatized, and understands that, health comes first, they tend to be younger. And I won't lie, life is different for me now that I'm getting successful. Women like to obey a man now. Now you're successful, everybody want to gravitate to you. Everybody want to listen to you. Now all of a sudden my opinion matters because I'm doing well on YouTube. Okay, but I'm still the same guy, same motivation that got me here is going to get me further. I'm saying all this to say that generally, older women are not better off, especially if they hit 40, right? I'm 37, so if I date a girl near my age, that's an exceptional woman, right? And she got some opportunity to really build herself. So there is some advantages to older women, but one of the biggest disadvantages to them is that they're bitter, they're hardened. Right? They're unhappy. If you could figure out how to be enthusiastic in your 30s, you would do a lot better than these miserable women that froze their eggs. And by the way, if you have to freeze your eggs, you're in a lot of trouble. Because I know very few men that want to start a family by sperming in a cup.
I woke up one day and I realized that I'm not married yet because I haven't met him. I haven't found him yet. And realizing that my path is my own. My path is not someone else's, that my journey is my own, has been so helpful for me. When it's time and it's right, it will happen. So for all of you over the age of 40 and you haven't found the one yet, hang in there. Hang in there.
I'm 47 years old.
When all else fails, ladies, just lie to yourself. You're going to feel better. But the world is not going to change. You didn't improve your life. You just, stopped yourself from being depressed. Right? But to really prevent depression, you got to do your life in order. Right? Secure the best potential man you can when you're younger and then work later. Stop dedicating your life to servitude for the man. It's not worth it. The sacrifice of a family, a future to earn $1 is not worth it. You're trading your life, your valuable years for money. You could always make more money, but you can't get your 20s and 30s back. You can't.
I am going to be 48.
Hang in there.
I'm 47 years old. I am going to be 48 in November. and I have never been married, and I don't have kids. And there are people who will look at me and have said to me to my face, and they're like, Scarlett, I don't understand. You're a good-looking woman. You have a lot of things going for you. You have a great personality. Why is it that you've never been married? Like this is some sort of like character flaw. Like somehow I'm missing something. And I never really answer their question because I'm like, that is just a bullshit thing to say to a person. Like that's somehow something's wrong with me that I've never been married. So here's the thing. This is my answer right now. I'm going to give it to you. The reason why I have never been married is because, one, I've never been asked, and two, I've never met someone who I truly wanted to marry. Like, I've been in...
And you're almost 50, and you're not going to meet them from 50 to death. If you think that the man for you is going to come to you in your 50s, in between 50 years old until you die, you are flawed and you are wrong. People are retiring, and men that age, generally the ones that are going to have the money, the success you want, could date younger. I feel for women because y'all accepted this lie that you guys just lie to yourself. Stop lying. Ain't no man sitting around says, I want a 48-year-old woman. Okay? Generally. If you're exceptional and not hard to deal with, fine, you might have a chance. I'm not saying give up if you're in your 40s or 50s. I'm not saying give up. I'm just trying to say that you gotta be on your best behavior. Making TikTok videos, right? And Instagram reels, complaining that, oh, people say I'm 40 and I'm 50 and I don't have any kids and it's like I'm something wrong with me. Of course nothing's wrong with me. Says who? In your mind, in your defense of yourself, nothing's wrong with you. But look what you just said. You haven't met the man yet. No man has been good enough to you. In your 20s, in your 30s, and in your 40s. No man has been good enough. So you outpriced yourself. And now you think that in your 50s, someone's going to come strolling along and try to wine and dine you, date you for 3 months before they get the smash, right? And then let you decide if you want to be with them or not. This is a fairy tale. And we have grown women believing fairy tales.
A few relationships. I've been single longer than I've been in relationships.
Understood your value, you would probably be quicker to walk away from bullshit. Like for me at this point in my life, I'm not spinning the block on bullshit.
You better say that.
You just can't keep spinning the block on bullshit.
And no one's spinning the block on you. You're the bullshit. This whole video is a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of lies. It's a bunch of women talking slick. Like if they are the ones that choose who to get married. It's our choice. We determine what's valuable. Look, I'm blowing up on YouTube right now, right? Because the audience decided so. It wasn't because I want to be great. I want to be great. Please make me rich so I can buy a Lamborghini. It doesn't work like that. You have to be accepted by the audience. The audience determined, the market determined that I have value. Therefore, I'm growing in the YouTube space as far as relationships. Everybody's trying to do it. Everybody's trying to grow and blow up and create videos that get lots of views. Not everyone's chosen. But I've been doing the due diligence for 5+ years. And there's days that I make 5-6 videos a day. And I put it out that day. That's hard work. That's grinding. That's the same type of effort, women, you have to put towards getting a man. You doing these mental gymnastic tricks and talking with your friends as if, oh yeah, and we could just talk away our problems and everything could be communicated and said so slickly to convince people, to manipulate people that we're right and they're wrong. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You need to give more credit to these high value men and realize they can't be easily fooled by your amateur manipulative skills. That works on Pookies and Ray Rays and dudes that you think you can control. But I'm going to give you a news flash. You can't control a high value man. Right? Anyway, like and subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. Drop a comment in the comment section. You know we get popping in the comment section. Check out some of my other videos and I'll see you guys over there.